What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. We have a huge update on Erling Haaland to Manchester City. But before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you haven't already, then do subscribe. I will keep you up to date first and fast with the latest Manchester City transfer news on YouTube. So do subscribe if you haven't already. 25k subscribers is the aim. We're now closing in less than 500 subs away from 23,000 subscribers, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. I will be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates for you guys to enjoy throughout the summer transfer window, so do subscribe if you haven't already. Social media links, they're in the description below, sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries, leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 300 likes once more is the like goal, and also let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's crack on with this video. Into the out, and we've got an update on Pedro Porro. Now, record in Portugal. They say that Sporting Club de Portugal, they want to sign Pedro Porro in the summer permanently from Manchester City. They hope to have a deal sorted this month. They want to use their option to sign him for 8.5 million euros to sign Pedro Porro on a contract until 2025. Manchester City do want to include a buyback option though, which they want to be set at 20 million euros, which apparently Pedro Porro is keen on having included in this deal. Sounds like a good deal to me, and that could well be sorted in the next couple of weeks. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got an update on Savinho. The latest on him, he's expected to join Troyes FC in France, who are of course part of the City Football Group, the CFG. It is going to be a deal worth 12.5 million euros. It's going to be a 6 million euro straight up fee with 6.5 million euros in bonuses and add-ons. He will sign for the CFG from Atlético Mineiro in Brazil. He's a 17-year-old forward. He is going to be turning 18 next month, and I'm sure Manchester City will be keeping a very close eye on his progress. So I do want to say a big warm welcome to Savinho to the CFG, and I do presume that he will join up with Troyes in the summer. Now, moving on, we've got a new name, comes in the form of Mamadou Coulibaly. He is an AS Monaco youngster, 17 years old. His contract is up in the summer. Manchester City are keen, and City apparently would only need to pay Monaco training allowance. Now, I'm not all clued up on what that term training allowance would be, but I am going to make some presumptions here, and this is here as a replacement for compensation, and this would be Manchester City taking him on where he could train with the club, and a smaller fee would be paid to Monaco rather than with compensation. But interesting, Mamadou Coulibaly, another Coulibaly, this time Coulibaly spelled with a C rather than with a K like Kalidou Koulibaly, and quite frankly I do not need another Coulibaly saga here, and this is all coming via Gazzetta Dello Sport in Italy via Sports Witness. Right, Erling Haaland, I have a massive paragraph to get through with the latest on Erling Haaland. So, the very latest on this, I'm going to go through this as best that I can to keep you guys all up to date. So, Laporta, the president of Barcelona, he's distanced Barcelona from signing Erling Haaland. He said it would be a massive take on with finances for Barcelona to get involved, and says that even with Barcelona at the peak of their finance, would struggle to afford to sign Erling Haaland, which of course is good news for Manchester City. Real Madrid, they're still interested. They feel like a push for Haaland is going to come on whether Mbappe signs a new contract at PSG or not, and you do feel like if Mbappe does sign for Real Madrid, they're not going to sign both Haaland and also Mbappe as well, and I am expecting Mbappe to more than likely leave PSG, and it will be Real Madrid where he goes. Now, BVB News blog, they have said that Manchester City's offer to Haaland is currently the best out there, and they're not the first source to say that. They said that City are offering nearly 25 million euros a year in wages to Erling Haaland, which is thought to be near his wage demands. I find that interesting. Now, Martin Blackburn, finally a bit of reliability put on this. The Sun says that Erling Haaland will ask any club that he does join to put a release clause in his contract. It isn't very Manchester City to do that. It is very La Liga to put release clauses in players' contracts, and recently in La Liga I've noticed new signings have started to have even bigger release clauses, down to the fact of what happened with Neymar. They're wanting to eliminate that from happening and have been setting ridiculously high transfer release clause of around €1 billion. I think Ferran Torres has got a similar release clause in his contract at Barcelona, and I don't see Erling Haaland being happy about that. I can see Erling Haaland always wanting to be one of them players that wants to keep his options open. So think of a player like Cristiano Ronaldo, where he's always been available. He's happy to do 3, 4, 5, 6 years at a club, move on to a new league, see how he does there, then move on. And I can see Erling Haaland by the end of his career playing for 6 or 7 clubs, if I'm honest. And apparently Manchester City are happy to agree to that. And so if he wants a release clause, a realistic release clause would be nice to be put in there. Now, I've made a note, £200 million would be my release clause of putting that in. And of course, City can negotiate and that fee can come down. We don't have to accept a release clause. I just think in the current market, a young quality player like Erling Haaland, a goal scorer, one of the highest quality young players out there, one of the best attackers in the world as well, to me, I think a fair reflection is £200 million. Somewhere between 150 and £200 million. I wouldn't be fussed at anything over £200 million, and I'm not too sure Erling Haaland would agree at that. And I do think that if his release clause was to be met at City, if he does sign for us, then it would take a world record fee to go and sign him. So, and it also ensures profit from Manchester City's end as well. Now, Sport in Germany, they say it is crunch time for Team Haaland, and a decision will be made soon. Fabrizio Romano has said a decision will be made by the end of April for Erling Haaland's transfer and where he's going to end up next. It is expected that Erling Haaland will leave Borussia Dortmund, and it is believed that Manchester City currently are offering the best terms. Real Madrid are considering matching it, but they said financially they're not sure that they can match whatever Manchester City want to do, and City have already said that they're willing to match any club financially. They'll do whatever it takes to sign Erling Haaland, and Erling Haaland has said finances aren't the most important factor here. He's on about the project. He wants to take into consideration the management, the leadership. He isn't that bothered about money, and what it might take to bring Erling Haaland to Manchester City may well be a Pep Guardiola extension. Now, Mike Keegan at the Daily Mail has said that Manchester City are prepared to make Erling Haaland the highest paid player in the Premier League by offering him £500,000 per week, £500,000 per week. Will Manchester City go that high? It will upset our wage structure. That is the big question. I have reservations about Erling Haaland's injury track record. Will City make that step for Erling Haaland? That's the question. Now, BILD in Germany said that Erling Haaland's release clause needs to be activated before April 30th. So it does seemingly suggest that this saga may well be coming to an end by the end of April, and that this isn't going to go into the summer, which is great news for me. It doesn't mean I have to keep mentioning the same saga day after day after day, but it does mean we're probably going to be very busy here on the JSGC channel over the next month whilst this Haaland situation does get sorted. And BILD have also said that Haaland to Manchester City, their quote is, "It is imminent." Now, Haaland's camp, they want his future sorting soon. Manchester City will want it sorting soon as well. And apparently Erling Haaland is being discussed by the Manchester City squad as potentially becoming a Manchester City player. Real Madrid, with them wanting Mbappe, it is believed that Erling Haaland is keen to sign for Manchester City. He knows that he will be leading the Manchester City line, and he is taking that into consideration. Like I said, the transfer has been described as being imminent. City are ready to release the €75 million release clause in his contract, and so that's interesting. And then the very latest right now is Sir Deportivos in Spain is saying that Erling Haaland, he does want a shorter contract, not 5 or 6 years. It's believed he's wanting a 3-year deal instead. Nice little bit of power play there by Raiola. It means in 2 years' time time, he gets to negotiate an even better contract where he can have a look at what the other players from around the world are doing, how Erling Haaland is progressing, and if he's doing really well, he's winning the big trophies, he's winning the big awards, and he's competing for the Ballon d'Or, which is of course what Erling Haaland's objective is, then he'll want him on a bumper new contract with a massive pay rise. So City need to handle this personal terms when it comes to Erling Haaland very carefully, and I would say this is the big hurdle that City need to get over if they do want to sign Erling Haaland, and it's going to take City to break their wage structure. It's going to take Manchester City to put all kinds of appeasement in place to bring Erling Haaland into Manchester City, but City are confident they can get it done, and day after day after day, each day that goes on, it's looking more and more likely that Erling Haaland will become a Manchester City player this summer. Now, typical to end it on a bad note, Sky in Germany, they say that their belief is that Manchester City are currently showing more of an interest in Harry Kane. They still go along that line that Harry Kane is the priority at Manchester City. He is the man Manchester City want, not Erling Haaland. But if Manchester City believe that they cannot sign Harry Kane, then they will go all out for Erling Haaland. But as I've just said in the whole video, all eggs are suggesting Erling Haaland, not Harry Kane. Harry Kane hasn't shown 1 ounce of being interested in leaving Tottenham Hotspur to come back to Manchester City. The only indication I've had of Harry Kane wanting to sign for Man City is his exceptional performance against us to showcase what he can do, which that's me clutching at straws. That isn't going to happen. He isn't going to ask to leave Tottenham Hotspur. He's happy at Tottenham Hotspur. He's happy with the management. Of course, that might change by the summer. I feel like it's going to be too late because this Erling Haaland saga, it's going to be done in a month's time. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys up to date though, every single step of the way with this transfer. If you haven't already, do subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. I'll keep you up to date with all the latest Erling Haaland news and the latest Manchester City transfer news. So do subscribe if you haven't already. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. I'll keep you up to date first with all things happening. I can retweet sources. I can post my thoughts and everything on transfers as they happen before I head on to YouTube to go and do the videos for you guys. So do make sure you have followed me on my social media if you haven't already. The links to them are in the description. Also, don't forget as well, email in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. I am actively looking for a sponsor for my daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout the summer transfer window. So if that is something that does interest you, then do let me know through my email. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. 300 likes once more is the like goal, and also most importantly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say with regards to these transfers. Erling Haaland, are you confident? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all again real soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.